Hey, good evening, Team Freedom Reigns. Dr. Dondee Nettles here, and I'm super excited. Actually, probably more than I've been excited in the 16-year history that I've had with LifeVantage, other than when I first got involved and we were talking about this little yellow pill. But the bottle didn't look like this back then. When I got involved, it looked like this. And you've seen the ABC Primetime Investigative Report. This product literally changed the world and how we understand free radicals, oxidative stress, reactive oxygen species, or whatever you want to call it. We have a much deeper understanding about how the body responds and how the body relates to oxidative stress, and that it's a bad thing. And we need to limit it. And it does very, very well with Protandim Nrf2. We all know that. That's how we got here. But when I got involved in this 16 years ago, when that was the only story we were telling, I was super excited. But in full transparency, now what we have, the product offering that we have, in fact, the product catalog that we have is much more exciting than one product because we can make a major difference in the health outcome of the people that we love and care about the most. Hands down, no questions. But here's the scenario, and I'm going to be fully transparent with you. I've been a member of the Scientific Advisory Board of LifeVantage for the past 5 years. And one of the conversations that comes up over and over and over again is activation. What additional activators can we bring to market with the one that started with NRF2 and lowering oxidative stress, which then the conversation began about NRF1 and increasing mitochondria content and increasing mitochondria efficiency because the energy in the cell is critically important. When the cells run out of energy to do the job they were created to do, guess what? No accident, no secret, no hidden agenda here. The cells just don't do what they were designed to do, not because they're defective, because they ran out of energy. So it was a wonderful question. How do we trigger this NRF1 pathway to stimulate mitochondria? Well, we figured that out. Another major issue is aging itself. We're the anti-aging company, right? We've gone through all kinds of different slogans and taglines from we're biohackers, where we flip the switch on nutrigenomics, we're turning back the clock, and all those things that come along with it. Well, aging is the primary motivator for even having these discussions. And then we figured out, thanks to Dr. David Sinclair and the work that he did on the NAD molecule and what nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide can do for the human body, which led ultimately to Protandim, the NAD synergizer, which rounded out what we now call the Protandim trisynergizer. All incredible, incredible discoveries. Think about it. You lower oxidative stress, improving the efficiency of all cells by 40% in 30 days. You increase the mitochondria production by 100%, giving all the cells more energy to finish the job they started. And then you give NAD, a major, major jolt in the arm and the body about what is it? The anti-aging molecule of NAD. You put those three things together, you increase the efficiency of the cell, you increase the energy inside the cell, and you increase the longevity of the cell. What are cells? Cells make up organs. Organs make up systems. Systems make up you. And what does that leave us? The first time in human recorded history that we have a generation born right now that will never have to endure high levels of oxidative stress, high levels of mitochondria depletion, and high levels of NAD depletion ever, ever again. And that changed the world. It's changing the world literally every single day. And we pat ourselves on the back for that. And though I had nothing to do with any of those discoveries, I'm very proud to represent the company that does and be part of the scientific advisory board where we talk about new product development. But as I alluded to a couple minutes ago, a conversation that comes up all the time. What additional pathways can we activate? And the GLP-1 pathway, we learned how, we figured out how, we put together ingredients that did activate that pathway because it's a phenomenally popular pathway, but it's being manipulated and tampered with, and people have wonderful weight loss results. Or do they? Because they lose muscle mass. It's the major side effect of that. The problem, losing muscle mass is not good because if you decrease your muscle density while you're losing weight, you make yourself less stable, more likely to fall, and we're seeing that all that kind of thing happen. And then we figured out how to deal with the brain and deal with other pathways, right? The one thing that I would say has been a gaping hole in our arsenal is gut health. Now we had prebiotic, we had probio, we had daily wellness. So we're getting the prebiotic, the probiotic, and the postbiotic. They were supplements. They weren't activating the pathway. And when you don't activate that pathway, you just reinforce it. It's wonderful. It has wonderful benefits. But we were asking ourselves, how can we activate this pathway to regenerate the microbiome or the microbiota, the overall flora and fauna of your digestive system? How can we improve the cellular integrity, especially of the epithelial cells of the lining of the gut? Because we know things like leaky gut syndrome and all kinds of things that are autoimmune disease related, and the foods, the processed foods, the packaged foods, the synthetic foods, the fake foods that we're eating damage that epithelial layer. And we also know that the mucosa layer of the lining of the stomach and the lining of the gut and the lining of the small and large intestines all the way out the other end, from this end to the other end, it's very important. And you can activate those pathways. We were asking ourselves, is it possible? And I remember being involved in those discussions, and it was kind of like we have a kink or a chink in our armor. We've got these wonderful products, but everything comes down to what you eat. And I've said it for years, and I've said it on many Zooms and many trainings, and you probably heard me say it before, that it's not what you eat that matters. It's what you digest and absorb that matters. And I thought we had a full discussion that we could supplement the prebiotic, the probiotic, the postbiotic, never really truly realizing, because it's not my background as a chiropractor, that you could literally activate these things. But we were asking the question, can we? And we were looking into things, and we started looking at how to do that. And Lisa Barnes and Julie Boyster, our chief sales officer, Julie Boyster, and our chief marketing, or a part of our research and development team, our vice president of research and development, Lisa Barnes, were what can we do to collaborate on this gaping hole that we have in cellular activation? Can we trigger? Can we activate? Can we naturally enhance the microbiome? And we knew that we could with supplements, but we didn't know whether we could with activation. So they started diving deep and figuring out ingredients and putting together products and having these discussions. And guess what? We realized that we could do it, but there was a company already out there doing it. We didn't know, but they didn't use the word activation. That's what they were doing, but we're the activation company. We're literally the only company talking about that pathway. They knew that they had done it. They knew that they had accomplished that, but they just weren't using the word, which is probably why it didn't get our attention. They're a relatively small company, and they really weren't making that many waves yet. And then we looked into it. And Steve Fife, our amazing CEO, asked Lisa Barnes and asked Julie Boyster, hey, check this company out. They're claiming that they've got something that is like activating the microbiome, that is actually activating the pathways. First of all, check it out. Is it legit? And try to punch some holes in it. And interestingly enough, two things were happening simultaneously. Steve Fife's inquiry asking Lisa and Julie, can you look into this? While Lisa and her team, and Dr. Christina Beer, I don't want to leave her out, and their team were looking to do just that. And they realized, oh my goodness, the ingredients that we were talking about putting together and all of the pathways of doing that, this company's already doing. Why don't we make an acquisition? Why don't we make a merger? Why don't we begin the conversation, is what Steve was thinking about. That's exactly why he asked the question. Well, long story short, we now have that capacity to activate the microbiome, to activate digestive enzymes, to activate gut peptides like we never had before. And why is this important? I'm about to get into the PowerPoint presentation to take a deeper dive. But with books like this, Dr. Hyman, he's a well-respected medical doctor, his book called Food, What the Heck Should I Eat? And it's critically important what you eat. But where this book was missing the mark, where every good book about food, whether it's Eat Right for Your Type or this book or all the other books out there, and they're all wonderful, they were getting to the right thing. What are the basic fundamentals? What are the macros of human nutrition? The protein, the fat, the carbohydrate. What are good combinations? How do you know? Where do you get them from? Is it better organic? Is it better not organic? All these conversations are very relevant. But here's the deal. Not really, unless you're absorbing and digesting everything that you're spending your hard-earned money on. That was the gaping hole. That is the gaping hole as far as human health and longevity. We know what we eat. The people that really research it, we know what we eat. But what if you're trying to eat those things and you've had a round of antibiotics in the last 5 years? What if you're trying to eat those things? What if you're literally, you bought this book, you've got your pantry or your refrigerator and your freezer filled with frozen, organic, pure, fresh products and ingredients. If you don't have a healthy gut bacteria and a healthy microbiome, it doesn't matter what you put in this hole, because what comes out the other hole is not getting absorbed, and all the stuff that's coming into your body is not getting absorbed if you don't have the right environment to utilize it and to benefit from it. That was and is the gaping hole of health potential. Not anymore. We figured it out. The right combination of the right ingredients at the right time. You've heard that before, time-wise nutrient delivery. Let's apply that approach with activating ingredients that activate the gut microbiome, and you lower oxidative stress as the foundation prior to that process beginning. And you literally, with all the other products, but the foundation is heal the cell, heal the gut. If you can heal the cell and you can heal the gut, then everything after that exponentially gets better. And that's where we are in this discussion. So let me share my screen, and I'm excited to go over this with you guys and share this with you, because I think, like me, when I first saw this, it's going to blow your ever-loving mind. Okay, so here we go. So this is P84. What does it stand for? P for phytopower, 84 for the amazing 84 ingredients that are in there that prime the microbiome, that give your gut the bacteria it needs, the cellular protection it needs, and the mucus layer it needs. So two powerful formulas in one powerful system. Phytopower 1 and Phytopower 2, literally going to change the way we digest food by activating the very potential we have to do that, the gut microbiome. So here is the new hero product that we have: Phytopower 1, Phytopower 2, the combination P84. So now not only do we have lowered oxidative stress, we'll never have to endure high levels of it again. We have increased mitochondria, we'll never have to deal with mitochondrial depletion again. We've got increased NAD, we'll never have to do with NAD depletion again. We've got GLP-1, the hunger hormone, stimulated so it works properly with the gut-brain axis. And we've got this, the very way that we rebuild, replenish, restore the gut bacteria so that you're benefiting from all the amazing foods that you eat and all the other supplements that you take. Because if you can't digest food, you can't digest supplements, which means you're creating very expensive defecation. That's the technical term for a bowel movement. But cool thing about it, this product right here changes everything. And when you take it with the foundation of Nrf2, you've just created literally two miracle products working together, which we are calling the Healthy Edge Stack. So here's the reality, my friends. Heal the cell and heal the gut. And when you do that, you literally, like I said, you increase the human potential in ways that we have never been able to understand. And I truly think that human history will, this whole entire process will go down in human history as the single greatest combination discovery of healing the gut, or healing the cell, healing the gut, and then everything you do after that just compounds the issue and makes it even more beneficial. So let's get into the next slide here. Let's talk about what this looks like. Well, first of all, how did we get here? How do we have, and why do we have 6 cells? Well, we have a capitalistic society here in America. We have entrepreneurs that are looking for the greatest way to influence humanity. Sometimes it's productive and sometimes it's beneficial. Sometimes it's counterproductive and sometimes it's not beneficial. These are some examples of it not being beneficial, which led us to having 6 cells. So 80,000 new chemicals have been introduced into the world during the Industrial Revolution. Chemicals that are, they're trying to make our world better, but it actually is creating a negative effect, from herbicides, pesticides, fungicides. So we're growing bigger vegetables than ever, greener vegetables than ever, more nutrient depleted vegetables than ever because we're focusing on a synthetic way of doing it. Herbicides, pesticides, and fungicides. When you see CIDE, it means kill. So we're killing herbicides, which is plants, killing pesticides, which is the bugs that get on the plants, and we're killing the fungus that get on the plants too. But we're also killing ourselves with these products. And it's been, from the cancer causing things like glyphosate and the lawsuits against Roundup, it's well documented. Bad diet, convenience food, empty calorie synthetic food. What are they? Craving based foods, snack foods, smoking and alcohol, poor lifestyle habits, air pollution from the industrial trying to get ahead, but it's poisoning our environment. Poor sleep because we're so stressed out and we're on our devices all night long, and it interferes with the blue light, which interferes with the melatonin production, and now we're going down the rabbit hole. High stress. We're chasing the almighty dollar. We're putting ourselves in situations that are counterproductive, causing high stress, and then little to no exercise. We are becoming a more sedentary, less movement. Everything is electric. Kids are on electric scooters, electric bikes, electric skateboards. Everything is electric nowadays. So we're not even putting human locomotion power into it anymore. And as a result, from the kids all the way through teenagers to adults, we're into our geriatric population. We're getting more and more sick because we're more and more sedentary and less active. This is how we got sick cells. So what do we do about that? Well, obviously Nrf2 came on the scene and we figured out that problem and we solved that problem. But it wasn't the only problem. So now we're talking about the gut microbiome. How do we activate that? Well, meet P84. It's an incredible thing. It's a daily habit that changes everything. So what if one thing you do every morning could power up your whole body? That's what P84 is all about. And I'm telling you, it's delish. So every morning, Phyto Power 1, Phyto Power 2, mix the stick packs in water, coconut water, juice, smoothie, whatever your thing is, mix it up and chug it down as a daily part of your morning regimen. It's simple. You put it in a shake. It's a shaken watered powder product that feeds your gut, cleans it out, and it helps your whole body do better the things that it was designed to do. That's the basic premise. Very simple. But why the gut matters? Why have I been saying for years? It's not what you eat that matters. It's what you digest and absorb that matters. That is the job of the gut. Keep out the bad stuff and let in the good stuff. How does it know? It's got an innate knowledge of that. But when you're eating supposedly good stuff, but you're eating bad stuff, and the whole entire focus of the gut microbiome is to keep the bad stuff out, but that's all you're eating, because it's synthetic, it's processed, it's convenience, it's filled with synthetic things, poisonous things, artificial things you can't pronounce, then you're kind of putting your body in a no-win situation. But that's how we partially got here. So inside you, it's a very busy community of tiny little helpers, which we call microbiome, microbacteria, inside your gut. It's the good bugs that keep the good things in and the bad things out. It's where they live, in your gut. And when the community is happy, and they're all getting along together, they're all playing well in the sandbox, you've got more energy, you've got better digestion, you've got clearer skin because you're getting rid of toxins, and you've got stronger immunity because your body's doing what it's supposed to do, because you're giving it the raw material and the food that it needs. When it's unhappy, you feel tired, you feel foggy, you feel bloated, and you feel out of sorts. And what does that describe? Most Americans, unfortunately, they're feeling tired. They wake up tired. How do we know? Because the number one beverage drink among humanity, other than water, is coffee. And the number one time they drink it is in the morning. You just woke up. You should have just had 6 to 10 hours of sleep. You should be refreshed and rejuvenated. Why can't you function until you have coffee? Hello? It's not because you have a caffeine dispenser that's on empty, because, don't mean to break this to you, make it a harsh situation. You don't have a caffeine dispenser. You don't need one. You have cellular energy loss. That's where the mitochondria come in. But you cannot get good gut bacteria, good gut health, good nutrients into your body unless you've got a good microbiome. So this is critical as far as making mitochondria, having a good microbiome. So, but when you feel tired, you're foggy, you're bloated, you're out of sorts, it's an unhealthy gut scenario. So back to the first thing we said, heal the cell. Protandim Nrf2 took care of that. Now we're going to focus on healing the gut. the three parts of the gut, the three barriers to your gut, the three levels of offense that your gut has. It is the microbiome, the colony of bacteria inside your gut. That's the first layer. The epithelial cells, how many of them? How tight are they? Are they inflamed? Are they leading to leaky gut syndrome, which creates all kinds of autoimmune issues and poor health? And then the last part, what does the mucus layer look like? If you've got good, healthy bacteria, you've got good epithelial cells, they're nice and tight, they're structured, they're all gathered around each other, locking arms and focusing on their job, and they've got a good mucus layer overhead, you've got an incredible, incredible gut. But guess what? Very few people have that because there has never before now been the way to activate that scenario to give you that. Well, now we're going to focus on healing the gut. Well, why do we have sick guts in the first place? A lot of it goes right back and you'll see some significant similarities to how did we get sick cells? The same way we got sick cells, we're going to get sick guts, and there's some other layers, but antibiotic overuse. In one round of antibiotic, in many opinions, is an overuse. Now, are there bugs out there that can overcome us? Yes, but not if we're healthy. Think about that. If the environment we lived in provided things that killed us, if we did not have the ability to overcome them, we would have been dead a long time ago. So why do some people, when you're in a car with windows rolled up and you've got a family member who's sneezing and coughing and wiping their nose and you're giving hugs to everybody, why do some people in that car get sick and other people don't get sick? You were all breathing the same contaminated, bacteria-filled and virus-filled, whatever it was that person was coughing up. You're all breathing it in. Why do some people get sick and some people don't? That has nothing to do with the bacteria. It has nothing to do with the virus. It has nothing to do with the cold. It has nothing to do with any of that. What it has to do with is the health of the person, the immune system, the barriers that your body produces. So antibiotic overuse, what does the word anti mean? Against. What does bio mean? Life. So against life is what an antibiotic is. Think of it this way. You've got a battle going on. You've got good guys fighting bad guys. And you drop a bomb in the middle of the war and kill them all. That's what antibiotics do. Antibiotics kill the good guys and the bad guys. But here's the challenge. After antibiotics kill everything, what type of bacteria, what type of virus, what type of bug is more resilient, is more aggressive? Bad bugs or good bugs? The answer is bad bugs. And that's why we have chronic antibiotic use, round after round after round. If it begins with kids and ear infections, kids and sore throats, adults and frequent coughs and colds and flus and things of that nature, antibiotic use after antibiotic use kills the bad guys, kills the good guys, the bad guys come back in. Another round of antibiotics kills the bad guys, and what good bacteria was left kills them all again. Repeat, repeat, repeat. You're not getting anywhere near the solution because we're not focusing on the problem. The problem is not the bacteria. The problem is not the virus. The problem is the lack of health in the person that is succumbing to those things. And I could go on a total soapbox on that, but processed and fast foods, convenient, but you don't understand. I work all day. When I don't want to go home and make a healthy meal for my family, it's easier to pick something up on the way. It's easier to call DoorDash. It's easier to get out my app, call DoorDash, call Uber Eats, and have it there when I get home. My family's happy, I'm happy, and it may work for a while until it doesn't. Because processed foods, fast foods, convenience foods, they're not good nutrition. Then what about where we're trying to get good nutrition? GMOs and pesticides. We talked about that before. Synthetic ingredients and sweeteners. The things that are synthetic and make the companies profitable, but make us sick at the same time. Pharmaceutical overload. Anytime you take a pharmaceutical, what does it have? A warning label. It's got a list of side effects. That is the chemical tampering of the human body objecting to be chemically tampered with. That's what a side effect is. Chronic stress, because we're working so much. We're trying to get the almighty dollar. And I'm not saying that's a bad effort, entrepreneurs. I'm an entrepreneur. I love that pursuit, but not at the expense of our own health. Poor sleep. We're not getting rested. We're waking up tired. Hello, coffee. And then environmental toxins, because we're living in an environmental toxins. We can't escape them, whether it's chemical like that or 5G or Wi-Fi, we can't escape it. But this is why we have sick guts. Change our lifestyle, change our habits, and now we've got a product that allows us to do that. So P84, 2 formulas and 1 powerful system. What do we got? We've got P84, it's made up of 2 parts, the Phytopower 1 and the Phytopower 2. Different ingredients, 84 ingredients combined to make this incredible system. So part one is you're feeding and you're diversifying your gut. It gives your gut, good food, good bugs, good enzymes, right? Part two, detox and balance. It's helping clear out what shouldn't be there and create a healthy home for the good bugs, the things that should be there. And together they work daily. You just mix it up in water or juice or coconut water or smoothie or whatever beverage you like. Shake it up and drink it, but not in hot beverages. Anything above 100 degrees Fahrenheit will kill the microbiome activating ingredients in here, the good enzymes, the good bacteria. You don't want to kill it. So only meant for cool, cold, or room temperature liquids, not hot liquids. So what's inside and why should it matter to me? There's 84 unique chosen ingredients that help your gut and help your body. 84. That's a lot. And it's the entire color of the rainbow spectrum. Part one, as I said, it's 40 plus whole foods, 20 billion good bugs, enzymes to break down your food and help you digest it. Breaking it down is critically important. That's what the bacteria does and breaks it up into little teeny things so your body can absorb it and get the benefit. Part two, the superfoods, the fermented foods, the probiotics for detox and balance. The two products together, incredible combinations. No gluten, no dairy, no artificial colors or flavors, and it's safe for many different diets that you may be on. Now, let me say something about diets. They're not meant for long term. Eating, ways of eating are diets are typically for a short term goal to lose some weight, get into a certain tux or dress or look good in pictures, whatever it is. Diets are not meant to be long term. Now, there can be some flexibility and some bandwidth options for diet. Some people can say, well, I'm eating carnivore, I'm eating paleo, I'm eating keto. Those may be great. Those are more lifestyle than they are diets. But diets are not meant to be long-term just by the definition of diet, but this is safe for all of them. It doesn't get in the way of that. And your daily routine is what's critical, because if it's simple, it's reproducible, it's easy to do, you do it. And if it's not, if it's complex, people stop doing it. This daily routine is simple. You just take the two packets, you tear the top off. Does it matter whether you tear it off on this end or this end? No, it doesn't matter. It just matters that you tear a hole in it so you can pour the powdered contents into something with liquid, and then you shake it up, you unscrew the cap, and if you don't have hands, have someone else do it for you, and then you drink the beautiful nectar of the gods down and just feel it excite and empower and activate your microbiome. Super, super simple. So do it every morning. Make it a part of your daily routine. First thing in the morning, mix both parts, the Phytopower 1 and the Phytopower 2. They're not meant to be taken apart. They're meant to be taken together. And mix it into 8, 12, 16, 12, however many ounces, it doesn't matter. It's to taste. We like it a little bit more concentrated so that it tastes, we just like the taste better, but you can mix it with any kind of liquid. It's automatic. It's non-negotiable when you make it a part of your morning habit. And one serving a day is all you need. That's incredible. So what happens when you make your gut health the center of your focus of the day? When your gut is happy, you may be experiencing, and I will tell you will experience more steady energy, sustained throughout the day. You're going to have better digestion, better bowel movements, better regularity. You're going to have stronger immunity. Because guess what? Part of the process of having a bowel movement is expelling toxins. Your liver, your kidneys, they work the process, they dump into the intestinal tract, and out goes the toxins that you're exposed to, that you can't get rid of, the stuff you're breathing in every day, exhaust, pollution, all kinds of stuff in the air. It's there. Having a stronger immunity helps get that stuff through you. Clearer skin and a better mood. Again, detox. When your body detoxes, you have clearer skin. You have a better mental clarity, better mood, better focus, concentration, all part of that. Better nutrient absorption. You're getting a better benefit from the foods that you are eating that are good and healthy. P84, now let me tell you, it's not a quick fix. It's part of a daily routine, and it's a daily ride toward lasting wellness. Daily habits are everything in a wellness strategy. So, are you ready to begin? Are you ready to start putting P84 in your body and getting the benefits out of it? I hope so, because we are literally standing on the precipice of changing the entire way the human body works, how it ages, and more importantly, how it reproduces and fortifies itself. So critically important. So P84, make it the first part of every morning. Your gut and your whole body will thank you. So will your bank account when you share this with other people. So will your relationships. You will get so much gratitude from people that are just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I feel this good. I haven't felt this good since I was a teenager. You're going to start hearing things like that. So double, triple, quadruple down on this. Get this in your body first, develop your own story, and then start sharing this liberally. Join the people who are getting serious about gut health. Gut health is everything. Whether you're listening to Dr. Charles Gundry, his book, The Gut Brain Paradox, I invite you to read that. Dave Asprey talks, and most of the Gary Brecka, Dr. Becky Campbell, Dr. Peter Attia, Dr. Casey Means in her book, Good Energy. Everybody's talking about the importance of gut health. But the missing ingredient that they've all been talking, which they haven't, none of them ever had an arrow in their quiver to deal with what we now have the ability to deal with, to activate the microbiome. They could influence it, but nobody up until now could activate it. And we solely stand in that first position to do that. So make today the day you give your gut the foundation it deserves. And it looks like this: P84, Phytopower 1, Phytopower 2 literally is going to change the world. And with the addition of this to this, which we call the Healthy Edge stack, we are now going to have, for the first time in recorded history, the foundation of 40% more efficient cells after 30 days. And then activating the microbiome so you're truly getting the benefits of the foods that you're investing in, the organic fruits and vegetables, the grass-fed and finished beef, the free-range chicken, the pasture-raised chicken and beef, and whatever it is, the wild-caught fish, whatever your protein, carbohydrate, and fat of choice is. When you implement that into your body that you're probably already doing and you add this to it, you're now going to be getting the true benefit of all of those things. So it is a fact. You are what you eat, right? But only if you are able to digest and absorb it. Wrap your mind around what I just said. We've heard for years, you are what you eat, garbage in, garbage out. Yes, it is true. But the truth really, really relies on, are you absorbing and digesting what you're eating? If the answer is yes, then it is true. You are what you eat, and garbage in, garbage out. And you know the difference. I want to encourage you to be a label reader because your body knows the difference. You cannot absorb good quality nutrition if you're not eating good quality nutrition, and your body knows the difference. Convenient foods and fast foods and processed foods, they're okay in a pinch. They're not okay for a lifestyle if you want wellness. And no product can overcome poor lifestyle choices. And I'm going to say that again. No product, no matter how good it is, can overcome poor lifestyle choices. But I hope you're excited about the future of LifeVantage and your business and our company responsibility to the world to educate people on where true nutrition comes from and how to get it into your body. And the biggest step in that is healing the gut, which we can now do with P84. Phytopower 1 plus Phytopower 2 equals P84. 84 incredible ingredients, phytonutrients that are arming, rebuilding, replenishing, restoring the body, and I would even say re-inoculating the human digestive tract with the good things it needs to keep the bad stuff out and you living as long as possible. Hope you're excited. Hope to see you in Dallas next week, and probably for, we're going to do some opportunity meetings for all of you to participate in. We're going to take a deeper dive into P84 as they reveal it on stage in Dallas, and we learn a lot more about it and we start getting the benefits of it. But stay tuned. We're going to go on a much deeper dive on P84 in the future. But welcome to the future of health and wellness. Welcome to the future of gut health by healing the cell, healing the gut with the two products of Protandim Nrf2, and right there, P84, the Healthy Edge stack. Have a great night. Take care, and God bless.